Okay, so today we're going to talk about mitosis and meiosis, but mostly we're going to be focusing on this idea, this meiosis. And our focus question is, what are sex cells and why don't all siblings look identical? So, meiosis creates these genetically unique gametes, which are called the egg and the sperm. And daughter cells in meiosis have half the amount of chromosomes as the parent cell. So, you're considered a diploid organism, which means that any of the gametes that you create are haploid. Diploid meaning di or two, and haploid just meaning one. One diploid results in 4 haploid cells through the entire process of meiosis. So as you can see in this picture, it starts with one cell, and then all of the chromosomes are created again or replicated, and this is moving into meiosis 1. After meiosis 1 is complete, you now have 2 daughter cells, and then after it splits again, you now have 4 cells, and these 4 cells are considered haploid cells. So you went from 1 diploid cell to 4 haploid cells. So this is a little bit blurry, but just bear with me. So in interphase right here, the chromosomes start to duplicate, so all of a sudden you have all this extra genetic material. And then you move into prophase, where the homologous chromosomes pair and exchange segments, and this is called crossing over. But this is where the chromosomes are condensed and starting to the spindle apparatus is starting to form. In metaphase, those tetrads, tetra meaning 4, start to line up on the metaphase plate. And in anaphase, the homologous chromosomes are pulled towards the poles by the spindle apparatus. Once meiosis 2 is starting to occur, at the end of meiosis 1, telophase and cytokinesis occur. And like we said before, the cleavage furrow will form unless it's another type of cell that might have a cell wall. But in this case, always go with a cleavage furrow. So you now have these 2 different haploid cells, and their chromosomes are still doubled. And now that these 2 cells move through meiosis 2. And in prophase 2, you have the same thing, this spindle apparatus starting to form, and these chromosomes are just kind of chilling out here. And then in metaphase 2, they line up on that metaphase plate again, or in the middle of the cell, and they are attached by the spindle apparatus. In anaphase 2, you'll notice that they start to pull apart again. And then in telophase 2, you see this cytokinesis occurring again as the chromosomes start to unravel. And this results in the 4 haploid cells. So one thing you may notice as far as the way that meiosis 2 looks when you're actually looking at it is it looks very similar to mitosis. So like we said, there's 2 different cell types, the somatic, which are all body cells, and those undergo mitosis, and gametes, which are sex cells, and those undergo meiosis. So in just a little comparison chart, mitosis is for growth, repair, and replacement, and it's 1 diploid resulting in 2 diploid cells. In meiosis is used for reproductive cells or reproduction, and 1 diploid cell results in 4 haploid cells, and it's similar to undergoing mitosis twice. So that is all for today. Go ahead and move on to your extension worksheet and enjoy the rest of your science class.